Alright, ladies and germs, welcome back to another Peglin video. This time, as promised, I have come up with a way to try to spice up the first floor and maybe beyond. I have added a tier list to the video, so I'm going to be doing a tier list of the orbs while I play the game. Let's go. Okay, so Cruciball Level 2, last episode we dramatically, in very dramatic fashion, which you should watch the last episode if you haven't seen it, we unlocked the spoilers. We unlocked the Cruciball Level 2. And the effect is what I've seen, because I've tried to record this video like 5 different times with 5 different things, 5 different ideas. I'm very excited about this idea of doing 2 different things at the same time. I'm sadly on the tier list because I just got, we'll get into it, but mini bosses can appear in question marks. That seems really good. I don't know what mini bosses are. Is that like an elite? Is that the terminology of elite in this game? I don't know, but let's get into the game. Stop dilly-daddling. Okay, refresh shield, not that good. Heal 6 from reloading, not that good. Post-battle healing increased by 1%. And all these are pretty bad. I think Well Done Steak is better than the other 2. Okay. Spoilers for the relic tier list. Well Done Steak. Okay, I can get 3 elites on this floor. Alright. So we're gonna start off the tier list. Let's see. Is there any particular order I want to go in? I think if you've been watching, you can kind of tell my methodology for picking orbs and stuff like that at this point. A lot of them are a little bit situational, but I've kind of made the tiers in such a way that I think all of them can fit in one pretty comfortably, and it won't be too unfair, like, oh, in this situation this really would be this. Like, I'll give some caveats, and I'll also say that right now I haven't even used like probably 30% of these orbs ever, because it's not like I've been playing the game that long. So you know, I got my handy dandy phone here, and I'm gonna look up what they even do. I'm gonna rate them even though I've never used them, because, you know, that's what we do in 2022. You know, you've stolen valor. Even if we've never used something, even if we've never read something, we say whether it's good or not. Okay. I mean, come on, get with the program. If you're not familiar with that at this point, I don't know where you're living. I don't know what generation you're from. Certainly not mine. Okay. So start with the Docked Orb. You know, it's kind of an interesting thing. The Docked Orb has actually saved my run in the past few runs. I'll admit that. I'll happily admit that. Healing, for me, I talk about it, I harp on it every episode. It's such a great thing. By the way, it might seem like I'm, you know, not playing the game at the same time. I'm more so talking about the tier list, but I am playing the game at the same time. I'm just not really, you know, what is there to talk about on the first floor? We've talked about this multiple times. So it's the first floor gameplay is happening. We all love it. It's Peglin. It's cool. It's the new hotness. But, you know, we're talking about tier lists, okay? We're talking about both. We can do both. We're girl boss on this channel. Okay, so Docked Orb. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in. Good in almost all runs. That must take section, really, for me, you gotta be so good to go into that, and it really has to just not even be a question in my mind. Docked Orb is up there. Docked Orb, if the tier 3 was better on the level of some of the other tier 3s in this game, it would definitely push it up, I think, in the very low must take, very low, because it's just you're never mad when you get a Docked Orb, I would say. Okay, I'm gonna take instead of forcing a stone out, I'm just gonna take, well, are we gonna go? I need the Orbalisk. I need the Orbalisk, I think, early on. If I'm gonna fight 4 elites or whatever, how many are on this floor? I just need the extra power boost early. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 elites, like right in a row. I need an Orbalisk, and I need stuff to upgrade too, so Orbalisk does count towards that. Okay. So, again, Docked Orb, very good. I'll never knock it. I'm never gonna trash it. I love it. You know, it's my boy. It's all our boys, but it's not in the must take. And I'd be curious to see, I mean, that might be one of the more controversial ones. I'd be curious to see people's opinions on the Doctor. I mean, literally saved my run last run, and I'm still not putting it in the must take. So I do feel strongly about that. I know how good it is. Okay, this orb is like the Poltergeist orb, where it like passes through stuff going up. I mean, look, the base stats on this thing are just not that good. It's an interesting concept. It's hard for me to like here. I'll read off the effects. I've never even taken it. Let's see. It's called the Poltorbgeist. Passes through pegs while traveling upwards and attacks all enemies. So it's AoE, you know? Like, you can't, especially with AoE that hits all enemies. Like the Bold Orb only hits stuff on the ground, stuff like that. And a lot of the AoE, like the Icicle, it passes through stuff, so it only hits stuff on a certain level. There's a lot of AoE in this game, a surprising amount of AoE in this game. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the situationally good, and it's gonna be pretty low on the situationally good because I just never really see a reason to take it. I never see a reason to dilute my deck with this orb. Maybe very early on, if it was competing with some bad orbs, I would take it. I think I even passed over it in this run, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, this is a spoiler for. Once again, we're spoiling some things here on my decision-making process, but let's keep going here. So, the blindness ball. Okay, this ball applies blindness to enemies. You upgrade it, applies more blindness. Now, I've tried to take this a lot. I've tried to make it work, especially, you know, on runs that I didn't think were that fantastic. And it's pretty much let me down every single time. The blindness effect of 35% is just not enough. 35%. I mean, not only is it just not that great, especially for early game, it also just has a lot of ways that it's not going to apply. You know, it's not AoE, so it doesn't apply to all enemies. There's like, if you could get a level 3 upgrade to it that would apply like a weaker effect to all enemies or something like that, so it hits the first one for 35 and it affects the whole room for like 20%. I could see it being very viable, very takeable. But as it currently stands, I'm just gonna throw it in the probably wouldn't hurt. I mean, it's got decent base stats. If you have nothing else to take and you need an upgrade target, you need to throw an orb in your deck, you're not gonna go wrong with it. I don't think it's gonna hurt you, but it's not gonna help you. Honestly, like, I like defense in games, and it qualifies as defense, but I've just never had it work. I've never gotten it to pop off once. I need to see it at least pop off once to like gauge its effectiveness. Blindness, I've never gotten to pop off in this game. I've barely ever noticed it do anything. There's a relic that gives you blindness, like the ability to put blindness on enemies. So the all or nothing actually looks like a black hole. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we'll keep going here. We got this one. Oh, I actually hit a crit. Very cool. This one, it refreshes the board every like 5 or 6 pegs that you hit. Wait, no, this is the teal one. This is the teal one. I don't think I've ever taken the teal one. I've seen the green one. What does this one do? It is the Reorbanizer. Okay, shuffle. Every 4 pegs hit, you shuffle the special pegs. Interesting. What a shot by me. I mean, and I'm looking at the tier 2 and tier 3 effects also, and also when you upgrade it, it shuffles them when it's discarded, which is actually like, you see me use that effect in a few videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the situationally good, definitely above this. It's a good upgrade target. I do like upgrade targets. I like throwing things in the deck. I like things that you don't have to use. That's always a plus in this game. So we're gonna throw it in the situationally good. The Bramble. The Bramble, man. That's a tough one. I like the Bramble. I like the Bramble. But do I like it enough? Shouldn't have discarded. Do I like it enough to put in good at almost all runs? I mean, okay. I'm gonna give a caveat with the Bramble, and that is, I think on the first floor, it is easily in the good at almost all runs category. Now the question is, does it make the leap into the next level? Don't need a Doctor. Don't really care about a Splat Orb. Okay, we're definitely taking that. That's a little spoiler for my Relic review. I think very highly of this Relic. Very, very highly. Okay, so Bramble, I'm gonna put it in good in almost all runs. Definitely below the Doctor. Definitely below the Doctor. I think the level 3 upgrade for it is just, it makes it kind of a jack of all trades. It's a defensive item, and it has overflow to make sure that the defensive ability applies to stuff. It's like, it shows you what the blindness effect should be. The blindness ball should probably at least have overflow. It should, like, a defensive ability, a defensive effect in this game, they're pretty rare, and like, not only are they hard to come by, but they're hard to apply. So they should really maybe take a look at that. Also, like, a lot of the bosses in the game, a lot of enemies in the game are AoE focused. There's multiple enemies, so blinding one just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to focus your time and energy on. So with the Bramble, I like the fact that it has overflow on level 3. You get it to level 3 very often. You can take it at level 2 quite a bit. That's a big factor into my opinion on the Bramble. The fact that you also get to take it quite a bit is very nice. Now, the fact that it gets forced on you by an event versus you actually getting to pick it in a lineup, that's going to make it a little bit interesting later on. What I mean by that is, I might revise this a little bit, because I just don't know if I would really put the fact that you can show up in these rewards, it might take it down a peg. A peg, literally. I'm gonna take a Splat Orb. And I'm gonna take a Power Orb. Okay, we killed 2 elites so far in the run. By the way, we were doing a run, of course. Very important to keep that in mind. Okay, so next up, we've got the Bouncy Orb. Now, I think the Bouncy Orb is a fun orb. I like fun little orbs. Unfortunately, it's trash. I mean, how trash is it though? Like, is it as trash as that shot? Maybe. Honestly, maybe it might be as trash as that shot somehow. Why is it trash? I just don't like how bouncy it is. Like, I just feel like it's just too hard to control. Like, why would you purposefully take that as like an effect? Like, I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I've ever upgraded the Bounce Orb to the Rub Orb, that's what it's called, to level 3. Does it do anything crazy when it's leveled up? just increases the damage. I mean, it has decent damage. Yeah, I don't like this ball. Like, this orb. Just because of that, like, it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I kind of just because of that want to put it in a really low rating, like filler that makes your deck weaker, but the stats are not that bad. I mean, you get it, and it's a 2/4, and it scales up to a 4/8 at level 3. That's not bad scaling for leveling up. A lot of orbs are good level 1, and they have kind of the opposite problem. I'm gonna put it in the top level of literally just filler that makes your deck weaker. And I might rethink that a little bit, but that's where I'm at right now. I mean, I think that's pretty controversial. Like, it's tough. It is tough. This just becomes way better. Upgraded. Like, it increases the damage, and it takes less to make pegs durable. Okay. Yeah. Literally just filler that makes your deck weaker. I don't like the bounciness. Honestly, I don't think it really adds anything to the peg. It just... I don't like it. It just feels very inconsistent. It feels like I don't have a lot of control over where it's gonna go. Anything like that, where there's not a big upside to it, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Okay, so I'm shooting that over there, by the way, because I don't really want to hit the bombs yet till the boss on the screen. Okay, so next up we have this orb, which I don't even know if I've ever seen before. Is the Orboros, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm looking to see if this is... Oh, it can only be attained from after the Strange Mirror event by removing every orb. I didn't even know that. Okay. Kind of interesting. I didn't know that event actually had anything positive to it or anything. You actually get an orb from it. So, the effect of it. 3 damage, 6 crit, persist 4 on level 2, and persist 5 on level 3. It also has an effect, deal 50% of the previous attack damage as bonus damage, and echo damage as persist. So it has the echo orb effect, which is interesting. And it has persist, so you keep shooting it. Now, where does that put it? I think I'll put it in a situationally good. Like, I'm considering it like in a bucket with everything else associated with it. Like, you have to keep in mind, to get this, you have to trash all the orbs in your deck. By the time you get to floor 2, which is I'm pretty sure where this event would come up, you probably have a lot of good orbs. So you're probably never going to get this unless you're just memeing. Not a big fan of that, so I'll definitely put it in a situationally good. Once you get it, it seems pretty good. But I'm actually going to put it below that because I just think this is more relevant. I could see myself taking, now that I know what that does, and the fact you upgrade it, you can discard it. I knew that about the refresh, but you can discard it and get its effects. So I definitely will give it some props there. So we're taking it in the situationally good. I think the situationally good one is going to be pretty full. And I think that's partially why the main ball, I think, does deserve its spot where I put it here. Because I think it is a step above all those in this below tier. So it's going to basically be the line. Like, if you're not better than Brand Ball, you belong down here. Inferno Orb. This is one that I don't really take that much. And I don't really take it that much because I don't think it's that good. Now, do I think it's bad? No. I think it's very takeable. It has very good damage. It has utility. That's what we like. We like utility. We like all these things. I'm taking another Orb. Sorry. Whenever you deal Alright, also grants a crit. That's kind of crazy. Because that's good for my all or nothing. Which I always the all or nothing. That's gonna be a weird rating too. We'll see. I need more upgrades, by the way. Did I shoot my Docked Orb already? Like, didn't I have a Docked Orb? Am I wrong with that? I mean, I'll take it. Do I have a Docked Orb? Hello? No, I don't have a Docked Orb. Man, I need healing, man. So I guess I'll just go through some more combat to get healing. Okay. Infernal Orb, I'm going to put it in the situationally good, and I'll probably put it above everything else. I think it's worse than the Brand Ball, just doesn't have the defensive capabilities, doesn't have overflow. I don't value the fact that it can shoot bombs in one hit that highly. Like, let's be real, is that important? No, I don't think so. I don't have that much more to say about it. I've taken it before. I don't take it that much, though. So, you know, I think people who take it quite a bit would be able to judge better than me. I avoid it. I pretty much would never pick it. So, despite that, it just has good base stats. I'm actually gonna put it below this. I think I just don't think it's as situationally good as like this can scale into the late game just by upgrading it. It's an upgrade target if you need an upgrade target, and then you can just set it and forget it. Use it as a trash thing, as fodder, and you can swap around refreshes and stuff using it. Yeah. Okay, so the stone. Okay, that's an interesting. It's an interesting thing, this stone, isn't it? You're thinking, why is it interesting? It's a stone. It's like you're obviously gonna put in can't take it, right? It's an interesting question. I think I'm gonna skip the stone for now. I'm gonna skip the stone because I feel like I'm gonna have a different feeling about the stone by the end anyway. So I might as well just hold off on the stone. The Poltorbgeist, I think it's all good in almost all runs. I think it's good in almost all runs, and I would probably put it above the Brand Ball. I've just seen it be good in too many runs that I've done lately. Like getting it to level 3, it hitting pegs and making them 3 better every single hit. I think it's worth shooting every time you get it, especially early on in a fight. The later you get on in a fight, the less it's going to be relevant. But if you're getting into a big fight, if you're trying to scale up to beat the second floor boss, which is basically the gatekeeper of all runs in this game. In my opinion, the most hard thing by far is if you have to fight that stupid 7,000 health guy. A Poltorbgeist is good against that guy, and that's why it's going up this high on this list. It's just too good to ignore. I'm gonna take another Matrushka Ball because I have that +1/+1 thing, which is pretty insane for the Matrushka Ball. Okay. I'm taking way too many orbs, by the way, if you didn't notice, but I don't care if it goes into combat. Just do whatever you want. Okay. Okay. We're talking about the Orbalisk. The Orbalisk, the thing that I've been taking in every run lately. I mean, it's a 4/8, man. It's a 4/8 on Cruciball 1, level 1. It's gonna help you get through some early game runs. Not only that, it does have AOE technically. It hits everything in a vertical column. Now, where does it belong on this list? I mean, it's better than everything in situationally good right now. That doesn't mean it's crossing over above the Bramble. Because I think, you know, you gotta beat the Bramble. Like I said. Does it beat the Bramble? I think it does, man. Now, okay, do I think it beats the Bramble? I don't know. I think maybe the Obelisk should be the gatekeeper of good and almost all runs. Because, again, these are two early game powerhouses that you take to power through the early floors, and can translate into late game success just as like a little orb on the side, because you really were not able to find like a specific archetype for your deck. They're gonna be your bread and butter. So the refreshes are also crits. There you go. Yeah, I think the Orbalisk is the new gatekeeper of the good in almost all runs category. I'm sticking with it too. Let's, now that we've moved some of the orbs off, I think I can move this a little bit so it's not on the screen so much. Okay. There we go. Upgrade an orb. Let's upgrade the Matryoshka ball just because it's funny. Let me take the lucky pen. 2 extra crits. While crits also refresh the board. It's too crazy. You can't not take that. I think we're just gonna go to question marks to fight more elites. Or try to. Like, because that's what the Cruciball Level 2 does. We can fight more elites. Okay, the lightning ball. Whoa. Never seen this event before. So I can either get 25 HP or 7 max HP. What am I at? It's not even telling. Oh yeah, I'm at 40. I'll take the 7 max HP. I don't think I'm gonna die, so I think 7 max HP is really good. Okay, another Peglin. I'm trying to find some good areas to open a shot. Okay, so I can upgrade or remove. Obviously, upgrade. Every 3 hit. The Splat Orb level 3 is kind of cracked, man. Yeah. The heck? Okay. The Lightning Orb. It's good in almost all runs, definitely. Is it above the Swoltorb? That's a tough one. This could be a tough fight, by the way. Maybe I have to use bombs. Let's get that. Well, it's just gonna oh, it's not gonna I'm concerned about this fight. I have no healing. Very concerned about this fight. I think just the Swoltorb, the case for the Swoltorb kind of applies for the Lightning Orb too. I think the Lightning Orb is pretty good against the second floor boss, just because of like how close all the pegs are together. Despite that, I think it stays below the Swoltorb. Can't say Swoltorb. And I think my reasoning for the Swoltorb might have changed some minds here. It even changed my mind, because I was doubting myself when I was saying it, and I was like, wait, that actually makes sense. There can you shoot, please? So yeah, Poltorb, despite not being able to take it that much, I think it's kind of rare. It just feels kind of rare. I just never see it. When I see it, I feel like I should take it pretty much every time. That doesn't mean I do take it. But... Okay, can I hit that crit up there? I don't think so, but I can hit this. And that's wrap. Okay, first 4 boss run. Let's talk about this really quick. Our run over here is going kind of shady as hell. It's not looking great, but you know, it's not going horrible. It's going not great, but not horrible. Matryoshka Ball. Every shot gets multi-ball, but attacks get -2/-2. I would like to take it, but I can't. I don't think. I mean, I almost could. That's the funny thing. It's just the Matryoshka Balls. They would go to 0-1. Which is just so bad. So I think I'm taking the Cursed Mask once again. I was just thinking, oh, could we actually have fun this run? But no, we can't have fun this run. Okay, you got elites on all 3 corridors. We need some healing bad. We're down bad on the healing. Okay. Perfect as intended. So, going on to the Splat Orb, and the Splat Orb is kind of showing itself in this run. It's getting boosted. You gotta keep in mind, it's getting boosted 1/1. But even then, its upgrades are like its effect is kind of eh, but the base damage is very good, and the upgrades all have a meaningful effect on it. So I'm honestly gonna put it up here. I'm gonna put it up here, and I think I'm sticking with that rating. I think it's a very, like, you need upgrade targets early on. You need consistency. Compared to everything else below it, I would take the Splat Orb, and I'm gaining respect for it during this run as we speak because of what it's doing. It's very impressive. It's having a subtle effect on every turn. On every turn that it's used. Even if I'm not like acknowledging what it's doing. It's also very bouncy. Whoa, what the heck? That guy moved that like in front of me. What a jerk. Okay. You might disagree with some of these. Good in almost all runs is getting very full. I'm being very positive about certain ones, but I'm telling you, I think this is right. I think all these orbs situationally just are good in almost all runs. Now, does that mean you take all of them every time you see them? No. No, I need to emphasize that very highly. You don't want to fill up your deck with a bunch of orbs like this. That's how you lose. That's how you lose. That's why we are on a losing trajectory right now. It's because of what I've taken so far. But I've been offered nothing else. You have to keep that in mind also. I've not been offered enough upgrades, unfortunately. I guess we'll take multi-ball 3. I'm scared because I feel like I might kill myself later with that. Let's go left and take 2 relics. Hopefully, if I can go left. Okay, that's not the best shot, but I'll take the 2 damage. And let's do that. Okay, that's really bad. I mean, honestly, 1 relic is fine. I'll take a bunch of combats, honestly. I need healing, so this might actually be the best thing for me. Copium. But seriously, I mean, it actually might be better this way. I just really like relics, but some of them are so bad that, like, compared to orbs, there's a lot of good orbs. There's a lot of good orbs, so getting a relic when it's pretty... it's not pretty likely, but it's like not unlikely that it will be bad, is something kind of weird. Okay, so as we're shooting the Matryoshka ball, how does it rate on this list? You know, honestly, I think it's good in almost all runs. The only thing that takes the Matryoshka ball down a notch for me is mainly the fact that it doesn't work very well with the with some relics. It makes it unplayable. Is that something to hold against it though? That's the question. Like, very strongly on this tier list. I think it kind of is, because I'm always thinking about that. Like, there's certain ones that I really want to take, and if there's a ball that's getting in that position where it's like, I'm just trying to think, how do I articulate this? Yeah, I'm actually taking a lot of damage, by the way. This is really bad. I guess it's just a very bad room for confusion. So it's definitely above these. No, yeah, definitely above these. I think it's above this. I think it might be here. It's not just because I shot it and it did very well compared to everything else I've done. I mean, a multi-ball level 3 by itself is just like, it's like a front court offense for you. Like, what am I even saying? It's like a nice filet mignon. You know, you don't need sides with it. By itself, it's gonna get you through your meal. You're gonna be a happy camper. Okay? The problem is the filet mignon, it doesn't play well with certain things. But it does scale with a lot of relics. It just has some relics that when you take them with it, like it invalidates some relics. The Matryoshka ball relic, it basically makes it untakeable. The orb, the relic where you take a bunch of damage every time you hit 15 pegs, makes it basically unplayable. I've even taken, you've seen it, in runs, I've taken that relic, and then when I had 2 Matryoshka balls in my deck, that's how good that relic is. So, man, I need some AoE too in this deck. We're missing a lot of stuff in this deck. So I think it's good there. I think it goes below the Doctor Orb simply because the Doctor Orb is healing, it's utility, it's everything I would want in this deck that I can't get for some reason, because the game hates me or something. Despite seeing so many rewards, I think I might have saw a Doctor Orb, but I just didn't take it because it was too early. So yeah, I think the Matryoshka ball belongs there. Its upgrades are just so nice. It's a cool ball. Okay, now this one, I've never taken it. It's just dense, like it's kind of like the Bold Orb in a way. What's it called? Like the Orbsium. So okay, so its effect 1 is dense. Effect 2, it hits each peg 2 times, and effect 3 can target any enemy on the screen. And it doesn't gain any damage when it's upgraded also. And it can, at level 3, can hit each peg 4 times. It only does 1/2, guys. That's horrible. That's just really, really, really bad. So, yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of points for that. I think it's in here. It's borderline I can't take it, to be honest. If I've ever taken it before, which I haven't, if I had taken it before, I would know whether it's I can't take it material, or if it's just floating around in the like makes your deck weaker, but it's a little funny. Like hee hee ha ha XD. Like let's take this thing just cause. That's where I'm at with it. I think that's the right place for it. It's a cool concept. They need to buff that for sure. They need to make it at least so the stats go up when you upgrade it. Like even just 1. Like them going up 0, like I'm sorry. It's not, I don't care how like bouncy it is, it just floats around and it doesn't go through pegs and stuff like that. I just don't see it being that useful. Now, I guess I could see it going above the bouncy orb just because I don't see that ever being useful ever. But it does have decent base stats compared to this, so they're basically tied. Except this one's more fun, so maybe it should go back above it. I should probably look at the boss. Because if it's the single target guy, I probably should start, I should start upgrading my crit. We're gonna go right. Okay, if I can. Okay, beautiful. Next up, I think this is the Orb, right? What it does is it attacks all enemies, and it does like this echo thing, and it pierces stuff. So it deals damage based on the previous shot. This effect, I think I just underrate. I just for some reason in my mind, I just don't like that effect. I'm gonna rate it pretty highly, even though I definitely underrate this peg. I need to start taking it more. It's just by the time it shows up for me, for some reason, it's always when I'm trying to go for a certain archetype, and even maybe trying to shoehorn it in. Maybe that's not good on my part, but so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the situationally good. I'll probably put it above all of these. I could see a situation where, you know, like say, okay, like I've been complaining about here, like, oh, I don't have enough AoE, and I'm doing like 2,000 damage in a certain shot where, oh, the guy that I'm attacking only has 150 health. Well, the Orb kind of helps you with that situation. It makes it more consistent. So, and there's no downside to that part either. It doesn't, like, if you have a bad shot, it doesn't take away from its damage. This doesn't add it. Effects that apply XY instead apply X plus 0. What? Effects that apply +1. Okay, so this, for example, this applies +2 +3. This applies +1 +1. Instead apply plus. Oh, so you get so I get +5 crit on this. So it gets like plus a ton of. Okay. Interesting. I never knew that about the all or nothing. That it's good to know before I rate it. Which is not even on the tier list, so I'll say right now actually, so I don't forget. The all orb nothing. I would put it in the. I'd put it in the situationally good tier just because it's so easy to miss crits. I would put it above everything in the situationally good. I just don't like anything that, you know, one mess up could ruin your entire run. I do not like that. That goes for. I mean, that goes for the gambling chip. That goes for anything where you could shoot it and you get 0 damage. And it just completely screws you over now. It just adds a lot of pressure to the game. I don't like that. I don't like that effect. The knife is better because at least it does 1 damage. And you can kind of add to it too, so. Like on non-crit, I should say. Like this doesn't. Okay. This is, I don't even know what this is, to be honest. It's probably another special event thing. Let's see, it's a, has as my stuff bounces around. What is this? It's Orb. Something is wrong with his orb. It's just this, like a stone, similar to a stone. Okay. I mean, it doesn't have the stone effect, so it's that goes in the can't take it. Clearly, I mean, I don't know what to say. If you thought I was gonna answer that any other way, oh my gosh. Okay. If you thought I was gonna answer that any other way, I don't know what to tell you. It's just from an event, I guess. So at least I know. Well, I don't know what the event is, so I'll probably take it once at least. Okay, somehow got a crit. I don't even know how that happened. Okay, now we're on the icicle orb. I feel like maybe I overrate this one a little bit, but this is a perfect example of a run where I need AoE. Like sometimes it almost feels like AoE is too easy to come by. I feel like I get it on like every run, but it's more so than anything because I go for it very hard. So I shouldn't hold that against this orb. I do think it has great base stats. It has a good effect. I think it goes like right here. I think it goes right here. Right there. I kind of like that. Kind of like that placement. I'm trying to think if there's any problem with that placement. Yeah, because I think I overrate it just because of how much I take it. But just because I take it a lot doesn't mean it's good. Right? I don't think. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I might reorganize these in a little bit. Okay, what is this called? It's the Omega Orb. Okay, I need to read the effects because I never take it. I've never taken it before. It just seems horrible. What it does is it does 6 damage, 9 crit. It has very nice stats. So basically, it's like the Poltorb, but it downgrades every peg to -2 every time, or -1 every time you hit it. So it starts as a 4/6. When you upgrade it to level 2, it goes to 6/9 and downgrades each peg when it hits it to -2. So what I see this as, honestly, when I was thinking about this a little bit ago, I was thinking I was going to put this in the can't take it tier. I literally couldn't think of a situation where you would want to take that. I couldn't think of a situation like why you would take that. I thought about it a little bit more. I've changed my opinion a little bit. I could see a situation where you take it, and the only situation is when a fight's about to be over. When a fight's about to be over, you don't care about downgrading pegs. I could still see a situation where you accidentally, like, you don't actually realize the fight isn't completely over yet, so you like accidentally kill yourself with that. But you know, I guess I have to take it to have more data, but it's definitely just in the literally filler that makes your deck weaker. Like as a finisher, I can see the value. Like I understand it. I think it's like an execute ability or something. But that's really all I see it as, and the fact that it's a finisher, like, it just doesn't do it any favors for me because I don't like situational orbs like that. That is so situational. It's kind of ridiculous how situational that is. Because I just don't see reason to use it other than as a finisher. So belongs there. I think that's a fair. I was very fair with this orb, even though I've never taken it and I think it's bad. Okay, the bomb orb. The bomb orb was probably lower until my last run. My last run really turned my mind around on the bomb orb. I mean, I already thought it was good. I already thought it was very fun. But my last run really made me have to sit there and go, this thing is kind of crazy. In certain situations, and it's also very fun. so, and it also, if you get it early, it helps you like get like 30 minutes of your life back by not taking forever in the early floors. I've never ratted this guy out, so okay, crit. These contributed damage. That seems fun. I kind of like that. All right, let's go. I mean, does it matter? We want to go. We want to go left, I think. Right? Because I don't really care about question marks. I need orbs, man. I need healing. I need healing so bad. Well, this guy's gonna kill me, so I actually don't even care about healing that much, I think. But we'll see. Deal 1 damage. I mean, these relics are just kind of disappointing me, but it's okay. So bomb orb, I'm definitely gonna put it up here somewhere. These are gonna have to get reordered. I'm gonna have to take some things down a peg. There's so many in good in almost all runs, it doesn't even make sense. Like some have to be moved up, but maybe not. To be honest, now that I look at it, I don't know what I would move up. I think the bomb orb goes like here. I'm trying to think. I think it goes there. I'm gonna move something. I have to think, man. This is a very confusing tier list right now, for a lot of different reasons. By the way, we might just die in the run, so hopefully I get the tier list done before we die. Oh my gosh, he's just getting destroyed. I didn't even realize that relic was going to be doing that. That's crazy. That's funny, okay. Now I'm finally getting through all these guys. Man, I'm getting just trashed right now. Okay. I wanted to go that way. Just not going to hit a crit, potentially. Didn't hit the refresh. That's so tragic. I think I might be dead. Okay, egg. I mean, what is the egg? What is the egg? I gotta look. I mean, we're stretching out the run, so I think I'm about to die. So, what's the egg? It heals you for each peg hit. What? Permanent hit. When you hit anything solid on the pegboard, it breaks. Okay. Has some weird effects. I mean, whatever. I'll put it in that tier. Okay. This one goes above this. I think that one refreshes. It has the same effect, but it refreshes the board. I kind of like that. Okay. I think I might die. I'm not really sure like the order of things here. Why is this elite so ridiculous? The knife, situationally good. I'll put it right there. I think it's good. I think it's very good. So, the bold orb, I'll put it in situationally good also. I'm gonna put it, you know, top of these, I think. Well, let me think about that. Okay. First of all, Matrushka Orb. Kill this guy. Kill him. Thank you. Alright. I think I might still die. But, not sure. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Mem Orb I think is probably wouldn't hurt. And I think the Nosferatu wall is the only must-take orb in the game. I think I stand by that for sure. And I'll put the stone in the I can't take it above the whatever this is. So is there anything I would change around here? Let's make this bigger. And let's take that bottom part off, just so we can get the bigger version of the tier list. We're finishing off real quick. Yes, we did lose. I deserved to lose, but quite frankly, not getting any healing, and not getting anything to entertain me and keep me interested in the run, didn't help. I focused on the tier list a little bit too much, but I stretched it out. Hey, I mean, this recording is 56 minutes, so is there anything here I would change? Because I did stick to my guns pretty hard on the this being below all of these things. I think that is kind of a weird thing, because this just does so much damage at base. It's hard to justify it being below some of these. I'll probably move this down and this down. And I'm gonna move this down also. I'm gonna move this up. I'm gonna move this down like here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring these down. I just don't think they need to be up here. Like, they're situationally good, and I think the early game is why they're situationally good. I just think I was overrating them a little bit too much, and I need to move stuff down into the lower tiers, because I think there's a clear line between this and this, just because of its potential and because of how many things it hits, especially in the later game, where there's all the pegs on the board. Early on, there's not that many floors that can take advantage of the lightning orb. So this is like an early game powerhouse, late game powerhouse. I mean, it's not even a powerhouse, to be honest. So I think the lightning orb has to come down too. Like, these, I think you can just take them. Like, I like this just being you can take it and it's not going to screw you. These three, they're filler in a bad way. I think they kind of lead you down an interestingly, like a toxic path. So yeah, and the Ek Orb could honestly probably move up here. I think it could move up here and just pass these, but I just haven't used it enough to know. And these I think are good where they are. Like, they're situationally good. I don't think they'd ever move above where they are now. I think this is a very solid list. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't complain about that one for how much I've played so far. I think the fact that I got that like 80% right while I was talking and playing at the same time doesn't hurt anything. So let's just show it really quick one more time. That's the list. I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts on what I picked. This isn't comment bait. You can, even if you want to make your own your own tier list and gameplay combination, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I've got ideas for making the first floor more entertaining, and even maybe the second part, the half of the second floor, like getting up into the second floor boss fight, can also be a little bit, just a little bit weird. So hope you like this very strange video. I'll get better at it. This is honestly just a practice run. This was surprisingly my best take out of like 5. Like I said, I tried to play different games in the background. I tried to play Super Auto Pets while also playing Peglin at the same time. It was a complete disaster. I just went into my mind palace and I couldn't really do anything. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. And we're going to keep trying to do different stuff like this in the future. Alright, peace.